Blade Runner 2049 has just released its second trailer, so here is my breakdown along with potential theories and plot points moving forwards. We opened with a similar shot of the eye, still unaware of whose exactly this is, but it's nice to see the recurring shot. Off onto a shot not too dissimilar to the opening of the original, however, the landscape is vastly different. California, 2049. We see patterned arrangements of either buildings or a monumental factory area. The way it's laid out, I'd say it's more a type of a factory. They appear to be solar panels of sorts, so it's potentially a solar power farm, but great to see the callback there with this stylized shot. We hear Agent K. I thought you might be able to help me with a case, as we see him walking through the fog towards what we later confirm to be the place where Dave Bautista's character is, which in the first trailer we see on fire with Agent K walking away from it. We see Bautista still unconfirmed to be a replicant at this point, however, all signs point to him being one, especially later in the trailer when we see a mould of a Nexus 8, identical to the man himself. We hear Bautista ask, "You police? Do you plan on taking me in?" And Agent K replies while showing his gun, "I'd much prefer that to the alternative." Before things get heated and Bautista launches K through the wall. With Agent K being a Blade Runner, even though Bautista is clearly aged here, it seems plausible that he is in fact a replicant. Obviously we will have to wait and see, however, this and the plot point later in the trailer points to him being one. Cue our familiar backdrop and Wallace, Jared Leto's character, saying the same lines from the first trailer, civilization being built off the backs of slaves, along with some cutscenes which we had previously seen, but also the mold of Bautista, the replicant mold on display. We hear how replicants are the future, but Wallace can only build so many. He has the lock and someone else has the key, apparently. But who is he referring to? Presumably Deckard. As this is said, we see Agent K at the tree with the date, which is presumably the date of which Rachel died, carved there by Deckard himself. Although I will say this, Agent K does look surprised as if he wasn't expecting this. So perhaps there is much more to this date than meets the eye. Otherwise, I'd be very surprised if Agent K moved back with such a look on his face, if he knew what was there. Moving scenes onto the absolutely gorgeous red and orange tones of the derelict Las Vegas, with Agent K walking through the desert. As Agent K now states, "I think they have found him." Whilst Robin Wright's character replying, "That's not possible. If this gets out, we've bought ourselves a war." Between who? Presumably replicants and humans. Again, we see the incredible aesthetic of the Blade Runner universe returning, with some truly beautiful shots panning through Las Vegas, Los Angeles, and some undisclosed locations. As Deckard speaks to K about how he had his job and he was good at it, and what does Agent K want with him? One thing I'd like to point out, what is Agent K doing here with these people? Or are they replicants, holed up away from society, potentially? Whatever it is, it doesn't end well, and following the gunshot, it looks like Agent K is flung across and into a car. The fact he managed to survive such a beating and onslaught of abuse in this trailer would point to him potentially being a replicant himself. Back to the stylized shots of LA, as K says he wants to ask Deckard some questions, and we begin to finally learn more of the plot of the film. What happened? I covered my tracks, scrambled the records, we were being hunted. Deckard is obviously referring to himself and Rachel, the replicant he went off with at the end of the original Blade Runner film. Agent K calmly replies to all of this with a rather callous "by who?" At this point, I'm guessing it is likely to be Wallace and his men, or at least, due to the age, who was in charge before Wallace anyway. We see Deckard state, "They know you are here," and we get the same few scenes that we have seen before, plus some new shots of Deckard and K attempting to escape capture. Some more of the mysterious Wallace follows as he states, "You do not know what pain is yet," potentially talking with a newborn replicant or Deckard and K. Some great shots of a beat up K along with Wallace telling his lackey to bring someone to him. This referring to Deckard as we have seen him captured in previous trailers. Then Robin Wright is back. Fatalistic as ever, this breaks the world. Apparently, a revelation has been revealed and she is not happy. Neither is Agent K by his rage-filled next shot. We close with some fantastic shots whilst Wallace saying the future of the species is finally unearthed. So, what did you think of the trailer? Any thoughts and theories surrounding the plot now we have a few more reveals? They've managed to keep a lot under wraps, and the only information we know is what they have actually provided to us, which is incredible unto itself. Do you think Deckard is a replicant, Agent K, or potentially that Deckard is holding information given to him by Rachel before she died? And who is the mysterious Wallace? Let me know what you think down below in the comment section, and if you did enjoy this video then please consider leaving it a like and subscribing to the channel for more in the future. If you think this video is worth it and you want to support the channel then please head on over to my Patreon page, the link is in the description box. I've been Mr. H, and until next time I'll catch you in the comment section.